Hi everybody. Right now I see I have one for around, but it's my daughter, so I'll say hi Laura. Tonight I'm gonna make the cards for my May card class, and I also have some other things to share that we only have a few more days of the event for joining, where you can get all of the in colors. You can get the in color markers, the stamp pads, the cardstock, and the DSP, the designer series paper. So we only have until the 31st opportunity as you get that, and then you get to also pick $125 worth of product, all for $99. So that's a really good deal. Starting the 5th of June, they are offering 10% off on the bundles. So you already get a discount when you order the bundles. This you will this you will even get more of a discount. So I'll be posting more information about that before June 5th, but it'll be June 5th through June 30th. So that's a good deal there too. I think I posted, I've probably seen a couple posts from other players or other, not players, other makers and crafters that Stampin Up, how they offer online exclusives. They will be offering another online exclusive bundle kit in July, and if you are a demo, you will have the chance to pre-order those. So those really look like really fun kits, because it's the stamp set, it's the dies and all and the paper. So they're really nice big kits, sweets. So that's about all that I can think of so far. So I'll go ahead and I'll get started on the card kits, and I have them. When you get the kits, they will be in these envelopes, so that everything that you need will be in there. You won't have to worry about it. I'll have it all die cut out, and the paper cut out for the size, so you won't have to worry about any of that. So let's get started. This first one is I went ahead and made the base, the card base, with the Petunia Pop color, and then I'm going to add these DSP, and then these DSP are from the Unbounded Love and Flowers of Beauty suite. So, and they go perfectly with the Petunia Pop, which is one of the new in colors. So it'll be like this and that, and then I will put these on like this. So let's get started and make it. I don't know about you guys, but this has been quite a week for me. We had Monday off for Memorial Day, and then I actually took Tuesday off from work, so I had an extra day off this week. So this was my Monday for the week, and it was kind of crazy for a Wednesday, Monday, whatever you want to call it, as it sure didn't feel normal. So we'll get that centered on there pretty good. I'm going to actually add this here, make sure that it gets centered okay. Okay. And I work at the college, so right now the kids are on break. They don't start classes again until the beginning of June. So we already had our graduation, and we're getting the diplomas ready to mail. Got students that are needing those for jobs already. Okay, got that. Now this one, it's pretty thin, so you can decide how you want to do it. You can use glue, you can try to use your tape runner. It's whichever's going to be easiest for you. I'll go ahead and glue it this time. That's how I did it on my previous card. You just need a little thin strip down there. If it was a little bit wider, it'd be easier with the tape runner, but we'll go ahead and just glue it down. Put that right there in the middle. They do. I love the Petunia Pop. It's such a pretty color. It pops just like it says. And I like that you can see the Petunia Pop in there. You can see the pretty and pink in there. It's just really nice colors that go well together. Okay, now these I'm going to put hello and then friend on there. So, and for that I am using the Unbounded Love. So we will take those out. And also, so I'll go ahead and stamp the hello and friend on there, and then I will actually also add, why does it not look right? That's because it was upside down. I was thinking it was looking backwards. And I was like, that's not going to work right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put friend on one. Is one of those stamp set words that could almost be upside down and look normal. And then we'll put hello on the other piece. I don't know if anybody went anywhere for the weekend. I pretty much just stayed home and relaxed. It was quite a long semester this semester, so I just wanted some time to relax. Got my yard work done and just took it easy this weekend. And sometimes that's, I think, all you need to do. Okay, and then give us just a little bit of flair. I'm also actually going to take and dip the ends and the edges around in the ink. So it just kind of gives it a little bit of something, a little pop. And it doesn't take much to get a little bit on those edges, and try not to get your fingers in there. There we go. Just gives it a little bit of extra something. And so for these, I'm actually going to use my dimensionals so that it'll pop them up. So I'll go ahead and put the dimensionals on there. Yeah, and that's just, I like making it all match together. I like the matching colors. And there are some of these colors I will mix and match a little bit, but this one I kind of wanted to make it monochromatic, so it was all the same colors. And that's these end colors really go well together doing that. Okay, and so then I will add the hello, and here I'll add the friend on the other side, just down below. And just to give them also just a little bit of extra, I'm going to add some little tinsel gems to it, just to give it that little bit of extra to it. And there we go. So there's that first one, and the inside you can adhere a piece of white cardstock, or you can write it just like that. But there's your first one, and I like that strip of glitter sheet to there. I think that's really pretty. So that's our first card, and that really simple card, I feel really goes together really nicely. Okay, for our second card is going to be this one, and this one is going to be a sympathy card. So let's get it. And this one I went ahead and did just a regular white cardstock base. There's going to be I cut out the center because I'm going to be covering it up. So I cut it out and I use that piece to cut other little pieces. But that way nothing's really going to waste. So we will go ahead and put the base down there. And that was something that I never really thought about until I watched some ladies scrapbooking, and on their 12 by 12, if they used a big old 12 by 12 piece of cardstock on the bottom, they would always cut that center piece out, and it makes perfect sense. You're not going to use that. It's going to kind of go to waste if you're just putting it in there like that. So if you cut out the middle piece, then you can use it for other things. So I'm so glad that I watched some of those gals and learned from that. Okay. I'll put this piece down. Sometimes you have to give it a little bit of push to go. And I love how this piece has got all those colors in it. It's got your summer splash and your greens, and then yeah, it's got all the pretty colors to go in there. So there we go with that. So there we've got the base. Now for this piece, I'm going to liven it up a little bit. I'm going to take the Flowers of Beauty, and I'm going to take that flower and I'm going to put it as a background, but I'm going to also use Pretty in Pink, which is that color, so it won't be too much, it'll just be enough. It'll just give it that extra color. And I always like, you don't see me, I always have a piece of scratch paper over there that I like to stamp and make sure that it looks great before I want to start on my piece. There we go. So that way we have a nice little pattern piece. I like to use the same color of ink on the same color cardstock because it just gives it just that little bit of extra. Okay, now I will add here. And then I'm also using the Pretty in Pink ribbon. I'm going to put that right down the middle. So I'll go ahead and... Oh, I am out. I knew that was what the problem was. That's why it was giving me fits before. So that's one thing. It's always good to have some on hand, a refill on hand, so I've got to get more ordered. And there we'll go. We'll put that right down the middle. And I'll cut off the edges. Okay. And this I'm just going to adhere right there on there. I'm going to go ahead and do it on a flat piece. Okay. Now for this piece, I'm going to stamp it in, I'm going to go ahead and stamp it in the Summer Splash to go along with that color. It's not clumsy hands. I don't want to be clumsy hands, but I also like to make sure that I have it all inked up and that I'm going to get a full image too. So that's part of why I do it. Okay, and for this one, we're going to use with Sympathy. And right there is when my webcam decided to stop working, so it also took away my sound. Now remember that this was live, so I was talking to people, so every once in a while it'll look like I'm stopping, and it's because I'm talking to somebody. There I went in and tested out that stamp, and using the Summer Splash for the sentiment. I'm going to center it right there on that die cut piece. Clean off my stamp as I go. Now for this piece, I wanted to go ahead and pop it up away from the card. So I'm using the dimensionals. As you'll notice, I don't use a lot of dimensionals. I kind of like to space them out a little bit. For these little die cut pieces, I want them to pop up with a sentiment. So I'm going to actually use the tape to put them right on the back of that sentiment piece. So I'm going to apply a little bit of tape where I'm going to put those little die cuts at. I kind of wanted to see where I want to go from the front. And then these little longer pieces, I thought about cutting them in half, but I decided to go with a different look. I wanted to stick out a little bit more, so I went ahead and just left them full length. So there we go. Now we'll take the backing off the dimensionals so that we can adhere that sentiment to the front of the card. And I'm going to go ahead and center the sentiment right on the front. So there we go. We have card 2 done. The DSP, a little colored cardstock with a pattern printed on the front. And now I'm ready for the third and final card. And this card is just the white base, and here somebody had told me that they couldn't hear me, so I was trying to figure out why you couldn't hear me. So, but getting all the pieces out, and I'm using some of that, more of that glitter paper. And for this card, I'm going to use the fold at the top, and just the regular white cardstock background, cleaning off my desktop a little bit, had some ink on there, didn't want to get it on the rest of the card. So there we go. Now I'm going to take the 3 strips of the DSP. Now this DSP is from the Unbounded Beauty, and it is the Unbounded Beauty 12 by 12. I'm using the more subtle side, not the flowery. I just wanted the colors to be the focal point. And so it has, the Summer Splash, the Peach Pie, and all the colors on there. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply the tape to the back of these. And for this, I'm just ever so, just a little bit, like an inch from the bottom, and I'm just sticking it straight to the card front. And there, somebody said they could hear me, so I was checking to see if I could figure it out. So I said I couldn't tell. I'm not sure why I was doing it. Go ahead and put the rest of those pieces on there. Now I'm not going to leave any space. I'm just going to stack them one right on top of the other, so they go up the card. One thing that I was talking about while I was doing this, when I was telling him, was that my webcam, like if I was silent for a while and then I went for just a second, and if I went to go talk again, it was like it was kicking back up to come with me, and just you couldn't hear me when I very first talked. So that's what I thought was happening. But no, it was that my webcam mic had gone out completely. So now I'll put the last strip on there. And so stack that one on the very top. And I think here's where I was explaining about my mic and how it wasn't working properly. Because I did have my daughter was chatting with me on Facebook when I had done this live. Now for the sentiment, I'm actually going to layer it on top of a piece of Pretty in Pink. I'm just going to take the white piece and put it right on top of there. Center it on there. I'm going to add a few more layers to it. And there I'm going to put some of that Summer Splash, a strip of that Summer Splash on top there. So there we go. And then underneath the Summer Splash, I'm going to go ahead and put that just a little sliver of a piece of the glimmer paper. And since it's so thin, I'm going to go ahead and use the glue to put a little strip of glue down there to be able to adhere it. One thing that I've noticed when I'm trying to do this on camera is that I feel like things are crooked or not centered well, because it's hard, when I'm doing my cards on my desktop, I can be right over them. When I'm trying to do them for the camera, I kind of at an angle, so they always look crooked to me. But so there we go. I got that strip of paper, or slip strip of glimmer. Now for the background, I'm going to use the Summer Splash with a blending brush, and I'm going to just put a little bit of a blend right there on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going, trying to go ever so slightly so it's not completely blobbed on there. And it is a little bit softer off camera. On camera it looks like it's a little blobbed, but it is a little bit softer. You just blend it out a little bit. And I didn't really want a lot on there. I just wanted just a little bit of a taste of the Summer Splash. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink to stamp the sentiment. Now I did Pretty in Pink for here, but I also did it with Petunia Pop, and I think the Petunia Pop popped out a little better than the Pretty in Pink did. So when you make these cards, just kind of got to use, and it would even be pretty maybe with the Pretty in Pink as the blend in the background, and then use the Summer Splash or the Petunia Pop for the sentiment. That would look pretty as well. So then I'm just getting that sentiment inked up, and I'm going to put it just right over that little blend. So clean off my stamp. And then another thing in that stamp suite, it has these little flowers shapes. So I thought that would be pretty too to add to the front of that, just to give it a little bit more than just the white. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Pretty in Pink, and I'll just put a couple little flowers on there. And there we go. Close my ink pad up, and then same with this one. I want that little die cut to be peeking out the back, so I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the back of the sentiment there. And I'm going to pop that sentiment up as well. And again, I don't use many dimensionals. I just like to do in the corners and then right in the middle. And I was saying that was Summer Splash, so that somebody asked what color. I said it was Summer Splash to go with the front of the card. And then just I kind of kind of chintzy with my my dimensionals. I don't use very many, but that's just me. I think they hold pretty well, so I don't feel like I need to use a bunch of them. Now I am going to take that sentiment strip and I'm going to put it in the middle of the card. And then I'm going to add a little bit more pop to it. I'm going to use some of the resin dots from that suite as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Petunia Pop colors to add around that sentiment. Just like to pull all the colors in from those 3 strips that are on the back. And there we go. There's the third and final card. Which I like how it pulls in all those colors. Now I did remember that I had forgotten to add resin dots to the front of that card as well, and I wanted to do that. So I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink resin dots, and I'm going to put that around the sentiment, and then just one little one on the front of the card. These resin dots are flat, but they just give a little bit of extra to your card. They just let it pop out a little bit, even though they don't add a lot of bulk on the front. So there are my 3 cards, and these were the cards that you can get the card kits if you spend if you had bought $35 worth of product. There I'm showing that card on the right was monochromatic. It had all the Petunia Pop colors, and then the other 2 cards were all the colors. So that one on the right, you could do it all in the Summer Splash or all in the Pretty in Pink. That would really look well too. I will have my next free card class, on my Facebook page on Wednesday, June 26th. And then I will have the card class in July will actually be on here on YouTube, as Facebook has changed their rules for being able to do lives on the Facebook page. So I will be doing a quick peek of, I'll give just a little bit of a glimpse of what those cards will be, but I thank you for sticking around with me as I did cards from the suite, the Unbounded Beauty suite that came out new this month in the catalog this year. So thank you for being with me and have a great day. Bye.